What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith. And today we're going to talk about our post-game review recap. We're going to go over stats and everything of the New York Giants versus the Miami Dolphins. Man, what a game. What a game. Tua threw two terrible interceptions, and we still beat the brakes off them. If this is what the bad Miami Dolphins look like, if this is what a bad game for Tua looks like, I'll take it all day. Let's go. I'm going to go ahead and share some stats on my screen right now. We're going to go ahead and break down this game. And as always, be sure to comment below your thoughts on this game and smash that subscribe button, people. Appreciate you guys. All right, sharing my screen right now. Give me about 5 seconds to pull this up. And here we go. Pulling this up right now as we speak. Man, what a game by the Miami Dolphins, man. Let's kick it off with the Dolphins. Tua, he went 22 for 30. Statistically, that's not a bad game. Completion percentage was 73.33 with over 300 yards. That one pick six drove me crazy. It drove me crazy. I absolutely hated it. What's up, Florida boy 512? How you doing, friend? Defense still needs work. I agree, bro. But I do want to celebrate Andrew Van Ginkel. I totally want to celebrate him. Wow. Andrew Van Ginkel played fantastic. There was one sack that got called back due to a penalty, unfortunately. And I don't ever celebrate injuries, but Daniel Jones, he hit him so bad that they had to take him out the game. Hopefully he comes back later. RB Street Eats, what's going on, my friend? You guys, check out his channel. He has a dope, really, really dope kind of food network thing he has going on. But yeah, shout out to the Dolphins, man. What a game. Let's talk about look, I once a week I do a fantasy football show. This is not that type of show. We're just talking about the Giants versus Dolphins. But man, 2 for 6 out of Tua. Devon Achane was 11 attempts, 151 yards. Folks, that means he had over 10 yards of carry. That is insane. That is insane. Over 10 yards of carry for a Devon Achane. I hope I'm not messing up his name. And even have a 76-yard. Even if you take that 76 yards out the game, man, he crushed it and even had a touchdown. I do play fantasy football, and I do want to touch up on this very quickly. I picked him up off of waivers 2 weeks ago. Best decision I could have ever made. It's awesome, man, because he's kind of like maybe a more refined, better version of Le'Veon Bell. Very kind of patient runner. Our O-line is still not perfect. You know, look, we got injuries. Dolphins have problems, and we're going to talk about these problems here in just a moment. But, man, Devon Achane, what a blessing. What a blessing it is to have him on our team. RB Street Eats takes and says 76 yards is insane. I know, bro. Dude, that's 75% of the field. And ain't nobody catching this guy neither. He had the fastest 40-yard time in last year's draft, man, which is absolutely insane. Then we got to talk Raheem Mostert, man. That's 10 attempts, 65 yards. That's pretty good. 23 yards was his longest. I actually love that run, and he had a touchdown on top of that. As far as receiving goes, wow, Cedric Wilson Jr. Look, man, we definitely overpaid for this guy, but thank God we restructured him. It seems like he's starting to find his way. This was the game he kind of found his way into the offense a little bit for sure. But then we have Jalen Waddle, 5 receptions, 35 yards, touchdowns, and then Tyreek Hill, 8 receptions, 181 yards for Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is definitely on his way to having that 2,000-yard season, and I hope he hits it. Look, I'm a sucker. For breaking records. I grew up from the Madden generation where Madden football became good after the year 2000. And, you know, one thing I love about playing Madden when I'm in franchise mode is breaking those records. So, damn it, break them records, man. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. But defense definitely needs some work, man. There was definitely some opportunities for sure. It seems that sometimes, and I found this last year, and though this was last year, we kind of struggle sometimes against running type quarterbacks. We did struggle against Josh Allen. But then there were times where, hey, we played against the Ravens and we were able to contain, right? So when we're fully healthy, but I feel like Vic Fangio is kind of still learning this defense. He did better this week than the past couple weeks, but we need to solidify because we have the people. Even with the injuries we have the people to be an elite NFL defense. So I do want to see that become something better from us for sure. But Bradley Chubb, 5 tackles. Eli Apple was out there, 7 tackles, and Andrew Van Ginkel. He really had 2 sacks. Xavier Howard at the end had some weird penalty, which confused me. They didn't even show the replay on the screen, which was super annoying. I don't really get that. But Andrew Van Ginkel was a dog. He was a dogged dog. It was awesome. Yeah, man, great game. David Long has some big plays as well too. Christian Wilkins was out there eating. But I mean, my whole thing is, like I said, I would like us to have a lot more sacks than what we have. But actually, we did pretty good. So 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. We had 7 sacks. Okay, so that's pretty good. I did miss the first quarter, admittedly. So but yeah, great game by the Miami Dolphins, dude. I very, very happy. Swiss Horton, he says, am I Detroit based? I am not. I'm actually in San Antonio, Texas, man. I do cover the whole NFL, and it's interesting. I've been doing this for about 3.5 years. Dolphins are my favorite team, right? But I'll say when it comes to Detroit Lions fans have always supported this team. So I always show the Detroit Lions a lot of love with the content that I make. Same with the Browns and the Bears. It's weird. And then also the New Orleans Saints. But yeah, Miami Dolphins fan. And then January through April, I host a lot of the players on this show. Speaking of players who have been on the show, actually played today, Eric Gray. Let's talk about the Giants real quickly. Eric Gray, 12 attempts, 26 yards. Friend of the show. I have had Eric Gray from the Giants on the show. So if you get a chance, check out that interview. It's a super dope interview. Great guy. That being said, Giants, they shot themselves in the foot in a lot of ways, man. I saw Dolphins winning this game regardless, but there was a lot of very conservative play calling. Very conservative play calling. They need an offensive coordinator. I don't know what's happening there. And then Eric Gray is the one in last year's draft. He was the closest thing to Alvin Kamara. Anywho, I'm happy the Dolphins won. So fins up all the way. But I know Eric Gray. I wish him a great season, man. Eric is a great guy, and I think he's going to be a big thorn in people's sides for the remainder of the football year and as his career continues to progress. Also, guys, if you're just now tuning in, be sure to go ahead and smash that subscribe button. I do 2 to 4 live shows a week, and one of those is even fantasy football. So check that out for sure, and comment below. Continuing on, Daniel Jones, 14 for 20. Now, I didn't read anything online as far as what the injury was. It looks like a concussion, or you got the wind knocked at him. Andrew Van Ginkel hit him. It was a clean hit. It was a very, very clean hit. Matt Breida was in there, 9 attempts, 21 yards. It looks like, ever since, the Saquon Barkley's been out, they've been trying to find who is that guy in the Giants backfield. Who is that guy? I will say, though, Tyrod Taylor, if he comes in next game, they could possibly have a little bit of an identity because he is a running type quarterback. He has a very good arm, too, but there's not like a pure standout when it comes to receivers, though. I will say, Darren Waller if I had to choose one, it would be him, and then followed by Wandale Moore. But yeah, Darren Waller, 8 receptions, 86 yards. That's a hard guy to defend, no matter how good your linebacker core is. But Miami Dolphins did their damn thing. Now let's take a look. They have the Giants, and this is what made them very successful last year. Their defense was phenomenal. It took them to the playoffs. And I remember doing a prediction video before last year's football season, and I had Giants winning 4 games. Well, I ate a big fat shoe for that one, and I can't always be right. So, but they have a lot of really good players. Jihad Ward, Jason Pinnock got a freaking pick 6 on the Dolphins. Damn it, I was so pissed. Followed by Bobby Okiri. I definitely butchered his name 2 times. But Bobby got an interception as well, too. That was probably the easiest interception that someone could get. Tua threw not 1, but 2 really bad throws. But it just goes to show the resilience of the Miami Dolphins that, hey, when your quarterback is having an off game, you can rely on the run game to bail you out. And the defense, though the defense still made some issues today, they did play better than last week. And they played much better than the week before that and the week before that. So there's only 2 defensive games I really like from the Dolphins this year. That's against the Patriots and, of course, the New York Giants. They need to get stuff figured out soon and quick because, the week after next, I want to say it's Eagles, and then I think we have the 49ers within the next month. So there's some tough games that we have. Now, we got the Broncos next. We played the Broncos already. Let me see what the Dolphins actually have next. I'm going to pull up their schedule. Pulling this up right now. You guys comment below. Help me out here. But, yeah, man, it's a real interesting year. Real interesting year for the Dolphins. Blake Dupre, what's up, big dog? How you doing, man? Good to see you, bro. Hope you're doing well. Miss you guys over in Orlando, man. If you guys are just now tuning in, feel free to take and rewind this episode. Finishing up our recap of how the Miami Dolphins played against the New York Giants. I also want to take and say, it seemed at the beginning of the game, they were trying to take away. The Dolphins were definitely trying to take away from take away the number one threat, which is Tyreek Hill. And they were talking about, there was even a throw that he was in triple coverage, and Tua slightly hit him in his fingertips. Not quite the most accurate ball being thrown. But then, literally the next play, and it was frustrating. I went to go get a glass of water, and then Tyreek Hill busts out for a massive touchdown. I love it, man. You don't know. Dolphins could get it popping offensively any play. Tua needs to clean some things up. And Tua, they said it during the game, and I think this was very fair. Tua sometimes gets into trouble when he gets to his fourth read. By the time he gets his fourth read, could be some issues there, right? And I think our O-line hasn't developed to the point where, hey, we could just straight up protect our quarterback, and he could maybe go run 5 yards to do a little dink and dunk and get 4 yards out of it, right? So, anywho, love what the Dolphins are doing. Oh, so we got the Panthers. Appreciate you, Florida boy. We got Panthers, then Eagles, followed by the Patriots. Okay, I gotcha. I have a buddy of mine on the Panthers, Claudine Cherilus, got signed. He actually was on the Jets, and they let him go, and then has picked him up. But yeah, a good friend of mine. And then we got Eagles. I know a few guys. I had Marlon Tui Pelotu on the show, and N'Kobe Dean, and Patriots. I hate the Patriots, dude. Florida boy, fun fact, I lived in New England for 9 years of my life. Wasn't raised there. I consider myself a Floridian, even though I live in Texas now. But man, dude, very, very frustrated. Very, 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 very frustrated with Patriots. Even though they're not gonna make the playoffs. But yeah. But Panthers, we got that one, man. They don't have a clear wide receiver one. I see us, honestly, Dolphins hanging 40 points on the Panthers. Though they have some very good defensive players, I think it'll be a close game for like a quarter, and then we'll just break free and just do what the Dolphins do. So this is good. And I don't just want the Dolphins to win against really bad teams. I want us to beat the crap out of those teams and also win against good teams. I want us to beat the Eagles. We can beat the Eagles, the NFC champs. We can totally do it. Dolphins can also take and beat the 40. There's not a team that we can't beat in this league, as far as I'm concerned. We've spent the money. We got the players. We got the personnel. We got the coaches. How many times did the Dolphins have a good offensive scheme but not a good defensive scheme, or vice versa? We have everything that we need to win a Super Bowl. So I don't have the Dolphins losing more than 3 or 4 games this whole entire year. So, anywho, yeah, definitely. Let me see here. Florida boy says Panthers could be a gotcha game, though. Need to keep our foot on the gas. Defense better watch out. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. There's a few players too, man. They got Burns. Burns is an amazing edge rusher, dude. Burns is that edge rusher that no one really talks about. Burns on the Panthers gets treated like Cameron Wake did for the Dolphins. The media just did not want to acknowledge the greatness of him, kind of thing, right? So Burns is a guy that is Jeremy Chin. I mean, there's a lot of good defensive players. I would say they're slightly above a mid-range defense. Of course, you have a rookie quarterback, and then that's going to cause some issues as well, too. He's definitely an undersized guy, trying to find his flow. This whole year is just going to be him learning the NFL speed of the game, pretty much. That's what it's gonna take and be. I'm gonna share my screen. Let me stop my screen share, and let's pull up the Miami Dolphins schedule here real quick. Boom, here we go. Okay, I'm about to share my screen right now. Just hang tight with me one sec, y'all. And we're going to go ahead and talk about the Miami Dolphins remaining games, okay? Let me just make sure you guys can take and see that. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. All right, so remainder of the year. So we got the Carolina Panthers next. Shout out to Florida boy for posting that in the chat. Then we got the Philadelphia Eagles. That's going to be a tough game. Patriots are just going to be scrappy, but their secondary is so banged up. Then J.C. Jackson, who they just traded for, he didn't even show up till today. Like, he didn't show up to today's game. Like he's not even going to suit up. He's healthy. No issues. It's just crazy to me, man. That guy just seems to be a head case. I don't know him personally. Hopefully I'm wrong, but yeah. Then we got Kansas City Chiefs. That's going to be a tough game. Raiders have been scrappy in a few different games this week. I'm happy that we have a week 10 bye. I think that's going to be so needed. Let people rest up, get their mind right. I see us winning. There could be a trap game. And if I could pick a trap game, I would probably say the Tennessee Titans. Why the Tennessee Titans, man? dude, they are, dude, the Tennessee Titans, they are just offensively, they have no identity. Ryan Tannehill is essentially Daniel Jones, and they just run the ball, and we can stop that. We can stop that. We can make it happen. East Charles, what's up, big dog? It's part of our San Antonio, Miami Dolphins crew, man. Great friend of mine, man. Really cool guy. Hope to link up here with you guys here very soon, hopefully, God willing. Man, what's up, Eves? But if I could choose a trap game when we come back from our bye week, there's Raiders, there's the Jets, there's the Washington Commanders. But man, Washington Commanders are just playing very, like, you have Jack Del Rio, which is a trash coordinator. He should have retired years ago, stayed retired, like, just don't come back. Then Ron Rivera, it's his way or no way. And he's just, the game has grown without him. He hasn't evolved with the game, man. So that's a game that I'm not worried. Commanders do not scare me. I think Sam Howell is going to be such a fun quarterback in years to in years to come. And he's already made some really great plays. It's just, get him with like coaches who could really do their thing, essentially, and build him up like he's supposed to. But the Titans could be a trap game for us for sure. Then we got the Dallas Cowboys Christmas Eve. Then we got the Baltimore Ravens, which, hey, we've had their number the past couple times. And to finish off the year, we have the Buffalo Bills. I want us to beat the Bills, y'all. I want us to beat the Bills. But I don't see us, again, right now we're only at one loss. If I had to choose another 2 games that we can lose, potentially, taking a look in here, I don't know why I thought we were playing the 49ers. Yes, not. But if I had to choose another 2 games, I would probably have to say either Kansas City or Philly. One of those. I'll probably have to say Kansas City. We'll probably lose, and I think we'll lose a trap game. There'll be a trap game in here. The Tennessee Titans, and we could lose to either. But if there was a fourth one, I guess it would be Dallas or Buffalo. Could go down. But I just want us to get hot at the end. I want us to get hot at the end and keep winning and keep winning and keep winning. That's what I need from the Miami Dolphins. I need Tua to kind of clean up some things. I'm confident he will. We've seen him, have some bad games, and then he cleans it up. And Tua Tagovailoa will bounce back. He will bounce back as a quarterback. He will definitely do it. But also as well, I need this O-line. I need our O-line to get right. And Jalen freaking Ramsey, dude. I cannot wait. For Jalen Ramsey to come back full throttle, man. I'm hoping, and this is looking at the schedule here, and if the schedule's a little too small, let me know in the comments. I will enlarge it a little bit. Actually, here, let me make it a little bigger so you guys can see. How's that look? Yeah, that looks a lot better. So, yeah, man. Dude, Jalen Ramsey, I'm hoping he's back by the Baltimore game. Him, Xavier Howard, Cater Coat. I mean, it's just, they're going to be amazing. But it also, the coaches have to do their job on their side to make the adjustments. They have to. Vic Fangio created the system, but man, he's only had, out of the 4 games that we've played, and we're 3-1 right now. Out of the 4 games that we have played this season, right? 5 games. Forgive me. 5 games that we played this season. We're 4-1. I would say I liked 3 of them. I would say the Patriots Denver game, and then also the New York game. But then Buffalo and LA, they just ran amok on us, right? And they were just like, Buffalo was beatable, but we put the ball on the ground, and we had Cater Kohu, man, guarding Diggs. You just can't do that. Diggs is a dog, man. So you got to respect his game for sure. East Charles takes and says, watch the Eagles game, though. That's going to be tough. Yeah, the Eagles game is going to be tough. They're finding their identity. I would say Eagles are in a very similar spot to us, because Philadelphia Eagles are finding their identity for sure. They're totally finding their identity right now, but they're still winning games. Just like the Miami Dolphins are still winning their games, right? So, yeah, man, there's some scary teams that that are on our schedule, and guys, we're going to finish strong. I have the Miami Dolphins. I think I had I was winning 13 games, going 13-4, finishing off the year, man. So it's going to be a great year. Could potentially even go 14-3. I mean, and maybe get the bye week. That's what I'm hoping. I just want us to play at home this whole playoffs, man. Because guess what? They say it's 3 sides of the ball, right? There's offense, there's defense, the special teams, and you got crowd control. We got the crowd. And, you know, our fans are going to go crazy because it's been such a long time. We've been down for so long. So, anywho, that's all I got here today, folks. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith. Please be sure to smash that subscribe button, hit the bell for the alerts. I don't just cover the Miami Dolphins, but I am a lifelong Miami Dolphins fan. It's like childhood team, been here for all the bad years, the Cam Camerons, all that. I've been here for all of it. So appreciate you guys. God bless you. Jesus loves you. I'm gonna hit y'all with the dopest outro. Shout out to Ilson's Birth and Waylay Creations, and we'll catch you guys next time on the Touchdown with Doug Smith. Peace.
Touchdown with Doug Smith, celebrate, that's a new move. Heisman, 2 views, catch them on YouTube. NFL coverage, interviews, who lose, who win, who lose. Comedy, you choose, it's not about moolah. The QB's like Tua is missing in action. No L's on my shooter. Play it like Marino, it's a gamble like casino. Hungry for it, but you know we still gon' try to feed the people. Rivalries will lead the conference. Cowboys of the Eagles, will Belichick be a threat? Better check. Tomlin on deck, much respect to the vet. What to expect? Gotta tune in for the rest. Make sure the sub like check. At the best, bad boy, the sports podcast for the threat across the north, east, south, in the west. Sitting back clueless, time to tune in. Now another